why just picking it up on that side doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, I can, if it is, I don't know, like if I go, if I,
There we go, yeah, zoom in a little bit. There we go. Yeah, great.
alright.
So,
I mean, does it matter if it's in the shot or not, or?
not really. But I think, yeah, zoomed in perfect.
looks like all of our artists are pretty much set up, so make your way over to the dance floor. Give it up one time for DJ Dad's shirt. Keeping the aesthetic live. All right, welcome Square Bar. Thank you so much for joining us this fabulous Friday evening. Who's ready for some beautiful art? Yes, yes. I want to give a shout out to Sun Art Movement as well as our partnership with the Love Yourself Foundation. We're going to be giving you guys little tidbits all throughout the night. But for right now, I do want to share the mission statement for the lovely Love Yourself Foundation. Who here has heard of LY Foundation? Yes. The Love Yourself fam. Who here loves themselves tonight? Oh, come on. This place should be roaring right now. So the Love Yourself Foundation, otherwise known as LYF, is a 501c nonprofit that creates a bridge of healing for people, aiding them to increase self-love by incorporating the arts. LYF creates a compassionate online and in-person platform through workshops, events, and digital content that encourages the healing of an individual, the community, and the planet. Give it up, you guys, for LY Foundation, the Love Yourself Foundation. If you don't follow them yet, you gotta go give them a follow on all platforms at the Love Yourself Foundation. They have all kinds of digital content, like I mentioned, blogs, podcasts, everything. They are going to be revamping their newsletter for the summer. So shout out the Las Vegas arts community. It's always a safe space, not only to express and create together, but also just to show your appreciation and your support for your fellow community members. So who's ready? I think that I have yammered on enough, and it is about our starting time now, so yep. So first I want to go through the lineup for round one. First of all, we do have a wonderful wild card volunteer that we got in the mix here. Her name is Angel, and her IG is...
Oh, it's ALO Art. It's AYYLO Art.
That's ALO Art, AYYLO Art. Our second competitor for round two is the beautiful, wonderful Sarah Godbout. Give it up, you guys. If you have not checked out her art, she is very multifaceted. She's got all kinds of knickknacks and beautiful merch and really cool lighters too. So go check out her work, and I'm really excited to see what you're gonna pull out here. We got Alex Julia. Give it up for Alex Julia, looking like Raven. You can find her on IG at Alexa Julia with 3 A's at the end. Oh, I didn't give out Sarah. Sarah's IG is also sarah.godbout. It's Godbout. Yes. Give all these artists a follow, you guys. They create beautiful, wonderful work. Contestant number 4 is Zara. You can find her on IG at star_Zara. That's STARRR_ZARA. Ooh, we are breezing through. Look at this mysterious human before me. Who is this person under the mask? Well, let me tell you. This is Omukade. You can find them on IG at 0MUKADE_arts. Plural, arts. ARTS. Guys, give it up for Omukade. And last but certainly not least, give it up for contestant number 6, Diego Moranta at Urban Plan with a K. That's URBANKLAN. All right, who is ready? Artists, you got your sleeves rolled up? Yeah, okay. I see some battling faces, except for one. I don't see your face at all. All right, so we're gonna set the timer for 20 minutes. I will give you a couple of little checkpoints throughout the way and a 10-second countdown to the very, very end. So, I'm gonna ask you artists, are you ready? Paint!
We officially now have 20 minutes on the clock for our very first round of Art Battle in Las Vegas tonight. We have 12 artists who will be competing in this event. We have round number 1 with 6 artists. We will have a second round of another 6 artists, and then the top 2 artists, as voted by the audience, will move forward into a third and final showdown round where one artist will then be crowned the winner. You can register to vote at artbattle.com/AB2438, the link that is at the bottom of your screen. Also, all of the works created tonight are available for silent auction. So if you are falling in love watching any of these pieces being created, you can collect them. You don't need to be in the room. We will ship them to you. Here we are in round number 1 with Akumide, and we've got some costumes going on in the mix for our artists tonight in Las Vegas, which is pretty cool. Here we are moving over to Diego. And looks like Diego is starting to sketch out a little bit. I think that I feel like we're starting to see the beginnings of a face emerging. And Diego looks like he is starting with some pencil or graphite. And here we are with our wild card artist, Angel. And Angel has decided to paint the bottom third of her canvas in this gorgeous turquoise color. And this artist is now starting with this gorgeous orange gradient, starting at the top of the canvas with this really beautiful, warm, reddish orange, and then leading into more of a yellow color. And then at the bottom third of the canvas, going into this purple tone. I think maybe a little bit of ultramarine in there as well. I believe that we're going to be ending up with a landscape at that part. And this artist here is executing an eye, and looks like she is drawing in graphite as well. And I believe we'll soon be moving into paint. We can see that this artist has a palette that is loaded up with color, and so I absolutely can't wait to see where she goes with this. Starting to go into the pupil of the eye with this gorgeous cerulean blue color. And I think that we're going to get some conceptual interest going on within the eye as well. We can see something kind of dripping out of the eye, and it almost looks like we have a pupil like within a pupil. So I'm really interested to see where the idea for this piece goes, and how this artist decides to execute this within the round with only 15 minutes remaining. Also really enjoying the Madonna vibes of our lace glove here. And with this artist, this is very, very interesting. I think that this is Zara Bilal, And Zara has decided to capture an environment with two figures, and already we're looking at this sense of perspective that she's using. So it almost at this point is feeling like a painting within a painting, and I'm finding that very interesting. So we've got two figures that look like they're sitting with their backs turned to the audience and kind of gazing out that window. And here we are with Omokade, and he has just motored through this piece, and with only 6 minutes having elapsed, I am seriously impressed. This is very, very quick drawing, and looks like he is using some paint markers here. I think that we've got this magenta, and I think also potentially some silver. I feel like that is going to end up being metallic. And we have this this character is wearing some sort of headdress, and I think that that headdress is going to be made up of a skull of some kind. I feel like I'm starting to see some teeth around the curvature of the head at the top. Over to Diego Moranto, and we can now see the face that Diego was working on. Initially, we just got the opportunity to see a little bit of that sketch, and now we're really getting to see this being fleshed out and with some exaggerated features here as well. Looking at these long ears, I'm definitely feeling like I'm getting a Buddha vibe. So I think that that's where this piece from Diego is going. And Diego often describes his work as being quite spiritual as well, so it's not surprising to me to see that kind of content starting to come into this piece. If we look at his hand, we can see the reference that he's holding is of a sculpture. And I always really find it interesting when artists choose to paint sculpture, because there's just such a great opportunity to really explore the way that light hits stone, and there's a softness within that, which is interesting for a stone sculpture. Here we are with our wildcard Angel, and we are now starting to see Angel working over top of this blue that she had established in the bottom of the canvas. And I'm so all about this yellow that we have up here as well. It's got almost a little bit of a green tone into it, and really kind of leaning into that almost like a chartreuse. And the color story that's going on in this piece is very interesting. Over to Sarah Godbout. And Sarah's piece is continuing to evolve in such an engaging way, especially with all of these rounded shapes that have now been introduced into what I had initially thought was a sky. And the way that they're kind of a little bit oblong, I'm wondering if these are going to end up being balloons. We have just about halfway left in the round. We have 11 minutes remaining, and you, the audience, will get to vote at artbattle.com/AB2483, the link that is on your screen. So make sure that you get registered to vote, because the top two artists from this round and the top two artists from our next round will move forward into a 4-artist final showdown where one artist will be crowned the winner of the night. Headed over to Alex Julia, and we're now starting to see some surrealism creeping into Alex's piece, and the darkness of the pupil is really just cascading down the face out of the eye and adding some visual interest there, definitely bringing us into that kind of surrealist realm. And now we're getting these flicks of the eyelashes, just really getting that curvature and really exaggerating those kind of feminine accents. Back with Zara here, and I can't wait to see the evolution of this green shape that is on the head of this figure. And initially I had thought they were looking out the window, but now I can see that they're facing forward. And I can't wait to see what they're doing. These two characters are very engaging and are just kind of feeling really mysterious at this point. And I think that that's something that the audience is really going to be intrigued about. This piece has a lot of mystery and intrigue going for it. And with Zara describing herself as an artist who really likes to lean into the surreal, I think that some unexpected elements are going to crop up here. Back with Omakade, and this piece is just continuing to evolve so quickly. I have to commend him on his ability for speed here. I mean, I know Art Battle is a live timed painting competition, but Omakade really just took that to heart and is working almost at double time of everybody else. We can see that he's got his background completely established. His figure he established really quickly as well with these paint markers. And he's really done a lot of the heavy lifting for this piece now. And I think that he's just going to have so much opportunity to establish detail and highlights and just working on those points of contrast. So really looking forward to seeing how this piece that's already very well established continues to evolve. Back over with Diego, and the addition of this blue is such a considered element that really is just setting this piece off. There's so much potential within pieces that are executed in a black and white monochrome. And when I say that, I mean there's just, you can sway the emotional component of a black and white piece with that hit of color. And so Diego adding this blue here is giving this piece or underlining the expression of tranquility here from our Buddha sculpture. Back over with Angel, our wild card. And I think that in the foreground, we have a little rabbit hanging out. And I love how simplified the shapes of the rabbit are. The way that we just have kind of the impression of the forepaws and then the little tail and just that little hit of the lighter pink or white for the eye. I think this is such a fun execution. There's definitely a sense of whimsy here. And now we can see that Angel is layering in some of that black line work to add in some fine details. And speaking of black line work to establish details, immediately as soon as I said that, we head over to Sarah, who is using the same technique to outline her balloons here. Definitely balloons now. We've got the sky behind the balloons and these soft, fluffy clouds. And then the curvature of the earth, which is a very cool element and expression of height, and just really, I'm really digging the way that she's chosen to communicate the height in this piece by using the curvature of the earth. It's very smart. And I also am starting to think that maybe the basket that is attached to our balloons here might be holding a plant of some kind. Back over with Alex. And Alex has now added in some primary colors here to really up the graphic ante of this piece. We've got the red for the waterline and the tear duct of this eye. and a hit of yellow right in the center. And we're seeing little bits of yellow throughout the pupil as well. And I'm wondering if those are fireworks. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting right now. With only 5 minutes left on the clock, now voting is open, and you guys get a chance to start deciding who is your favorite artist from this round. And you will vote and register to vote at artbattle.com/AB2483. The top 2 artists from this round will move forward into a third and final round where they will paint again in another round, and one winner will be determined. Back over with Zara here. And I feel like this hat or headdress that this person is wearing also has surprise plant vibes. Maybe that's a little bit of a theme within this round, is kind of embracing these organic, surreal elements. Usually I'm not one to have a huge appreciation for tons and tons of negative space within a piece, but I'm actually really enjoying that within Zara's piece. I think that it's adding a strong compositional element. I think there's an intentionality there of leaving that space blank. Back with Omokade here, and just so wonderful the way that he's continuing to create this piece. And I'm also really impressed, actually, because I'm just realizing that he's wearing this tinted visor. So that's got to be really, really difficult in terms of visibility of even seeing what he's doing. And so I actually wonder whether or not that is creating even more contrast opportunity here, because that's what he would be able to see through the tinted visor. Back over with Diego. And Diego has now started to add in those kind of stone curls into his Buddha sculpture, and really working into the highlights and the lowlights of this piece as well. Really paying careful and close attention to these levels of contrast. With 2 minutes left in the round, these guys are really just into this kind of detail phase. We always kind of talk about how the final 2 minutes of our battle can really lend itself to either a high level of success in just continuing to complete the piece that you've been working on and getting in all of those details, or if you decide to do any surprise elements and start making decisions on the fly, there's also the opportunity to ruin your piece. So it really is high risk as we get into our final moments here. But these artists definitely seem like they've come with a plan, and everyone seems to be executing in a pretty timely manner. I think that there's been a lot of good time management within this round. I love the sweet little face that is now appearing on our little rabbit. Oh my gosh, are we getting like a mustache on the rabbit? That's so fun. I love that Angel has really embraced going for the cute with this piece, going very illustrative and very adorable. Back over with Sarah here, and Sarah has just done so much to give us those illustrative details here.
All right, artists, fantastic job. All right, you guys, we're gonna give it up one time for DJ Deadshirt, right? Woo. That's at the fire in the room. All right, artists, please clean up your stations and follow myself and my lovely co-host, Ms. Hijack, this lovely specimen to my left. Follow us outside while the rest of you spectators stick around for round 2 and enjoy a little bit more of these wonderful musical vibes. We also have DJ Deadshirt merch located to my right. look at this stuff. This is beautiful. I'm gonna have to get me one of those shirts. We also have a ton of vendors. I know we have Juan Quetzal outside. Go ahead and take a look. Take advantage of this break to go visit your vendors, get a drink, get some food. Tip your bartender, you guys. And we will see you back here shortly.
An absolutely fantastic first round for Art Battle in Las Vegas tonight. We are so excited to see just the breadth of talent and different types of art that have been displayed tonight so far. I totally can't wait for our second round. In the meantime, I believe that we're actually going to be getting some really cool artist interviews within the rounds, and so we'll get to speak to these artists and get a little bit of insight into their inspiration as they stepped up to the canvas. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. We will be back for round number 2 in just a few minutes with our next 6 artists.
Somebody?
That was an amazing round 1. All right, meet us out back for the interview, okay? This way.
Where's it working?
Garbage. Really great question.
Will it be down here? Your sweat is very salty. Just so you know, in your eye. Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm happy with it.
Great. He said over here. I'm gonna throw away gum. How do I throw away gum without it?
I'm
fine.
just so relieved now that we can get that. Yeah. I've been stressing this shit all fucking day.
I do that all the time. Nothing? Nothing. Because they're only gonna come one at a time. They can come out, I don't know, leisurely. Okay, everyone turn on.
Ready?
Silent vote. Silent vote.
Silence phone.
No, not how.
Oh, I didn't even see that your dress was red. I love it. It's so cute. Ooh.
I'm a big fan.
She's a walking canvas.
Yes, aren't we all?
All right, so let's
Not
get
all
this started.
yet.
What?
So now that's not finished yet. Possibly barely just getting started. Walking canvas. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
I can't afford all the tattoos.
I'm very lucky my sister's married.
Girl looking good. Oh, your sister is who? Does she want to be my friend?
She's based out of Covina. But you
I'm
call
from West
her.
Covina.
Are you?
Yeah, you can look at. Well, I represent Pomona, P-Town, baby. La Puente, all around, baby.
That's so funny.
My
I
mom's
lived
from
out
Compton.
there for
What's
like
up?
10 months before I moved out here.
10 months.
Before I moved out, I was like, this is not it for me. Not all the way.
We went from like La Puente to West Covina, and that's a big step. I'm like, go dad, go, because his house looks good. Denary Masonry up in the house. He's still working, and he's like old as fuck.
I know.
He's a building inspector now. He's a masonry in general. He raised me and a lot of his kids.
That's the
Solo
goal,
artists.
so we can have a little casita for the parents, you know.
Right
take care
now,
of
they
them
have their own
finally.
casita. They don't need me. And they have one in Mexico. I'm like, good job.
Yeah.
I have a room with 2 dogs and they're cool too.
All
right.
So when you want to start?
Should we?
It's just running. I
First,
don't know.
let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
They can hear us. Hi, hello.
Hello. Come on up, Alexa.
Whoever wants to
Alex.
Oh, is
grace
it?
us.
Yes, Alex.
Julia?
Alex Julia.
Alex, Julia,
Wait, why
step
is-
right up to
There's
the
no
plate.
A in there? It's it's on the flyer. What?
Anyways, we're
Holy
running.
cow.
We're rolling.
All right, Alex, Julia. My bad.
You're good.
So, Alex, I just want to start off with asking you, how was that experience for you, and how did it make you love yourself?
It was cool because I've never done like battle or anything like this before, so it's kind of just like me putting myself out there as an artist. So I'm loving myself by putting myself out in the world and just having fun. Because it's like it's 20 minutes, so I know it's not my best, but like it's still fun.
You put together something beautiful, though. Seriously, I loved it. I mean, that's definitely a lot more than I could do.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful, and I love that you're loving yourself through expression and recognition just from the world around you. So thank you
You
so much
did
for
it.
sharing.
Thank you.
How can we find you? We want to see more. Everybody does.
So my
Or your
Instagram
makeup.
is
Let's just see her makeup real quick.
Yes, can we zoom in on
All
the
right.
makeup?
Nothing.
please?
Okay.
It does.
Go ahead.
so my Instagram is Alex Julia, and there's 3 A's at the end. So that's like where you can find me.
3 A's at the end.
Yeah.
Nice.
ALEX.
Any other places we can find you?
I have my personal account, which is Alex Julia Keith, but that's kind of it.
That's like Facebook.
Yeah, I don't have Facebook.
Oh, 2
no.
Instas.
Yeah,
Okay,
Instas,
whatever.
yeah.
I'm old.
It's her Insta.
Thank you
her
so
real
much for
Insta.
being here. I'm gonna come hang out with you soon and touch your cape a lot.
Thank you so much, Alex. We're gonna send over our next interviewee.
Thank you.
We'll
Have
start
fun.
on the Oh my God, I'm sorry.
She just wanted to keep you here.
Yeah, I just want it's velvet. It's velvet. All right.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So tell me, how are you feeling that first
Like,
round?
First
How
off,
are
who
you?
are you?
Oh,
Who
come on.
am I?
Tell me.
I come from the mountains. I came out of a mountain.
It's your name.
I've been doing artwork for a really long time, but just recently decided to share it with the world. You can find me on Instagram, Omukade Arts.
Oh, he's jumping in.
Tell me, though, how are you feeling in there? Like, how is your energy feeling? How did that
So
make you love yourself?
the lead up was very nerve wracking because I've never done this. But once I was there, I was in the zone. So just blocked everything out.
I mean, the mask totally kept it mysterious. As far as I'm concerned, you were cool as a cucumber. So, I mean, I think that definitely played to your advantage. Just keeping it calm,
Yes.
Like imagining everyone else in their underwear.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
How
I'm
does
still not exactly sure who you are.
This is
Can you say your name again?
Omukade.
Thank you so much.
Omukade.
So how did this experience make you love yourself?
Just prove to myself that just going up there and doing it was just incredible.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just going out there and trying something different,
Yeah.
or trying something for the first time.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you came out. Thank you so much for sharing.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
It was an honor.
Hopefully this isn't the last battle you do.
No, I hope not.
Okay,
Just one more time, could you let us know where to find you?
0MUKADE_arts ARTS. I'm on Instagram, so look me up.
We all love Instagram.
Yeah.
They should totally sponsor us.
Thank you so much. All right, Diego, you want to come up?
Yeah, you can do whatever
You
you
can speak
like.
Spanish. For all of our Spanish viewers out there. This is
I wish I knew. I'm embarrassed.
our
I'm
fellow
coconut.
competitor, Diego.
I see what you had.
Do you speak Spanish?
Oh, what
I'm just a coconut. I'm a coconut.
How did you,
Way
how
I feel, I feel very good.
how did this make you love yourself?
The question the other day.
Yeah.
Well, I feel good, Thank you so much.
Your work was so
You
beautiful.
can, you can speak to them in Spanish if you want to.
Yes, please.
Yeah, bueno, saludo a toda mi gente representando a Venezuela. Gracias a Las Vegas, gracias al equipo, a Square Bar. Thank you so much. God bless you. My name is Diego. You can feed me in the Urban Clan in the Instagram, like a Urban Clan with cake. With cake. Y en Facebook, Urban Clan with cake.
With a K. That's
Yeah.
Urban Clan with a K.
Okay,
So
okay,
please
okay.
give him a follow. And stay tuned for our
Respect.
next artist. Yes, respect.
Respect. Thank you.
Thank
It
you
was
so much,
awesome.
Diego.
Yeah.
Come on up, Sarah. I'll look it over
Miss Hijack. Hi.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, hi.
Okay.
Your name too.
Hello, I am Darko, your host of the evening.
So, Sarah, how are you feeling? I mean, you went straight in there.
Dude, honestly, it felt good. It felt good. Like, it was like you said, a big build up. But then once I was in it, the music was going, and like it just happened. It came out. I missed like 4 highlights, but the rest of it came out.
You're gonna think about it all night.
You could have fooled me, because I mean, you slapped that paint on there so fast. I was like, this is woman on mission.
Yeah, dude, that's the difference between like having hours to paint and having 20 minutes. Is like it didn't have time to dry.
Yeah,
so that was
It
the
smushes.
challenge. Yeah, it was just mud.
It gets in your hair and it looks good about it.
So tell me though, how did this experience make you love yourself?
Oh, I mean, I don't know, dude. I challenge myself a lot, and I like something like this. Like,
The fireworks.
Sarah.Godbout, and also I have a website, sarahgodbout.com, SARAGODBOUT. I'm gonna be at like 2 shows. Is this gonna air?
Yeah, it's airing right now too. I still don't know where to
find.
find it, but I hope so. Someone's gonna tell me. Tell us
Okay,
again.
so tomorrow I'm gonna be at the Uncommons from 11 to 1 doing an event with future makers for the kids, and then I'm gonna be doing the Suncan Music Festival from 4 to 10, and that's in Ferguson's downtown. And then Sunday I'll be at Market in the Alley at Cinnamore Studio. So
I'd like to talk to you more about future makers, but
okay, sure, I would love to. Yeah, I love future
that sounds like a good
makers.
time.
I love
Keep her
it. It's
Insta, you
beautiful.
guys, and you can get all the details for all of her upcoming events.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
guys.
much, Sarah.
Lovely seeing you guys.
Likewise. Sarah, you want to come grace the camera with this lovely present?
no big deal. Camera time. Just told me they was like stuff on your hair.
Can I just say the crocheted bralette though? Yes. Is this an art battle or a fashion battle right now?
It's never not a fashion show. Don't listen to your dad when he says it's not a fashion show. Get out the door.
Oh, I'm a fit watcher. You know how people watch birds? I watch fit. So.
You watch birds? I love birds.
Oh,
Put a bird on it. And
No,
so
what I'm watching is your beautiful art and how it started out like so. I feel like there was a lot of shadow work right from the beginning. And it was did you conceptualize that before you came out?
So the story for my one is like, I don't even want to get too into it, but it's like I like during my commute to work, like I would like take the time to like sketch during like my commute to work, and sometimes I would sketch myself like outside my body, like as if I'm looking down on myself.
an out of body experience.
And I wasn't going. No, it's like a metacognition. That's the terminology.
Ooh.
Metacognition. I've been practicing it.
I will Google it.
Anyway, yeah, and then like so like with that piece that I did, like it was just like this one of during like one of my sessions, like during my commute, like I ended up like I noticed like I keep drawing this particular character, like as you notice like with the gesture. The character was sitting right next to me, like a person, like a spirit. It's like trying to blend together.
And the art really is that bridge between your self-expression and your spiritual practice. And I could see that definitely reflected in your work.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did this experience make you love yourself?
I love myself a lot.
Yeah, I can see
no,
that.
I love you too, girl.
Yes, guys, let's go.
Yeah, I love you too. So it's like my hair hip too. Like, so I got like my hair hit you or something.
It's okay,
No, you're
baby.
But like No, but like definitely it kind of like got me like I love to be able to express my introspective art, and I'm glad that I was this whole opportunity got me to like share that with the world too, like like my inner perspective with other people as well.
Yeah.
It's like not a lot of people show that kind of art. They kind of like show like something that's like.
We'd like to share more of you with the world. Can you tell us how we can find you?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can find me on Instagram. Like that's what I'm most active in. @star_Zara. It's gonna be STARRR_ZARA.
Yes. Thank you so much, Zara, and thank you for sharing your beautiful work.
Coming in.
Yes. Can we see Zara sandwich?
I like being in the middle.
Thank you so much. All right, looks like we have one more artist left. Come on up, Angel.
Feel hot. You guys make me hot. Oh, ladies. Why, hello.
It became summer overnight. So
Wu-Tang, what's up about that?
Hey, Wu-Tang.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm using this.
I never know what to do with my hands. Sorry.
So Angel, thank you so much for being our first wild card volunteer for round 1.
That's a lot of guts.
Yes, and you. Money. Was that something you just kind of like, all right, we're going bunny, chocolate bunny. Yeah? Nice. Well, tell me, how was this experience? Something that showed you that you loved yourself.
Just that I didn't chicken out, and I just love myself enough to have fun.
That's a lot.
It. Yeah. And like, it's pretty much the end of the story, like just having fun. Like, you want to like overcomplicate or get like my head about it or anything. So it's just a big old fuck it moment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seemed like, obviously I called up volunteers for, I feel like once you were committed, you were just like in there, so.
Yeah, I got to
ready.
the point where I was like, fuck, it's fun. It's actually fun that's going fast paced. I was like, I just want to see how much I can get done.
See, so you felt like
challenge
fast
accepted.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God! Was
Yeah.
there any like extra anxieties, like being the person no one was expecting in this round?
No. I'm just on Instagram pretty much, so it's @ALO Art. That's my nickname, ALO. AYYLO Art, and then in the near future I'll probably have an Instagram already, a website, and then I'll just be like out around town. Yeah.
Like art district.
Yeah.
Bouncing around.
I'll
All right.
do it more.
Thank you for being here.
So much, Angel.
Get right
Get ready. I hope
He's
you
killing
around.
it. Squish, squish. About it, because it's only my second time doing this.
Okay.
Can I hear more about the foundation that you're involved with?
Of course, absolutely. So, Sun Art Movement actually partnered with the LY Foundation, which is a local nonprofit. I can actually pull up their mission statement right meow.
I just like to know about things.
No, of course.
It's very out in the
No, LY is great.
Out in the
Honestly,
woods.
like even like without
Desert.
reading, I'm gonna tell you right now. I've
Just tell us.
known Monica.
Paraphrase.
Monica founded the LY Foundation, and I've known her now for like about 5 years now, running this thing that has just grown and expanded. It's started out as a hole-in-the-wall community down at like Juicy Beats, and
I used to throw parties
remember
there.
Juicy Beats? Yes.
Drumming bass all day.
At least
Just
that
saying.
was my first time there, and
Nice.
it has just expanded into this beautiful butterfly of community health and like spreading awareness and sharing art and hosting workshops. They have blogs, they have podcasts, they're streamable. They're actually creating more events coming up in the like the next couple months.
How do we find those events?
You can find
How
them
can we
anywhere
contact you
at
guys?
the Love Yourself Foundation on Instagram. They are at the LY Foundation. But yeah, they have a whole website. They're relaunching their newsletter this summer,
And know stuff.
and really, it's just the unity between the community, the individual, and the earth. Which,
Okay, make us feel loved.
yes, love yourself hug.
All right, more art to come.
We're going into round 2. I hope you're ready.
I'm like, scurry.
I'm a video hoe, don't worry about it. Oh gosh, they were cones! They were cones! It's just a cone.
All of my round 2 artists, please make your way to the competition floor. I'm gonna wait for y'all to assemble, and then I'm gonna do the announcements of all of our lovely round 2 competitors. Hey. Shout out to this lovely co-host, Ms. Hijack. And shout out to me. I am your lovely host, Darko. You can find me at She Is Darko. Over here, keeping the energy high and everything. Give it up to DJ Guys. I hope you guys have a break to go check out the merch table. They got some patches, some stickers. We also have some lovely art outside on the front patio by Juan Puerto. Like I said, guys, we're going to be starting round 2 as soon as we assemble these lovely artists. here. I do want to shine a little light on each one of them. Who here is enjoying themselves tonight so far, huh? Round one. My goodness. Swear they set these canvases on fire. For round two, we have a lovely treat for you. We have another 6 competitors up in the mix. We have a Miriana. You can find them at... Whoop. Oh, just kidding. Our first competitor is actually going to be our round 2 wild card. They go by MJ. So give it up, you guys, for MJ, our round 2 wild card volunteer. You can find them on Instagram at Next Carry On, spelled exactly as it sounds. No T. So that's NEX Carry On. Our second competitor at round 2 is Winnie Draws. You can find them at WINNYDRAWS. Oh, this is this lovely human to my left here. Our third competitor for round 2 is going to be Sarah Atwood. You can find them on IG at Foxy Lady. That's FOXEELAYDEE. And that's this lovely human over here dressed as a bumblebee. Love it. Our fourth competitor is Elena Dawn. You can find them. Oh yeah. Ooh, we got Elena Dawn. We got a little cheer section over here. You guys are gonna have to compete a little louder than that. Let's get some noise up in here. Come on, give it up for our artists. You can find Elena Dawn on Instagram at ALENADAWNAD. Keep going. We saw 2 competitors in round 2. We have Chris Uloa. You can find them on Instagram at It's Chris in Vegas. Oh, okay. We got a rubber chicken over the mix. This is not wild, y'all. Where am I? Oh, I must be at Square Ball where anything is possible. And our last, but certainly not least, competitor of round 2 and the night is Bug. You can find them on Instagram at bug.universe. No trick spelling. Exactly how it sounds. All right, now give it up for your artists of round 2. Yeah, come on, make some noise for our round 2 artists, you guys. They're still getting set up here, so enjoy a little DJ Dad shirt to get you in the mood for the showdown. to slap this paint on these canvases. You already know who we're working with here, so we're going to jump right into this round 2. Artists, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, paint!
All right, we are off to round number 2. We have 20 minutes on the clock and 6 artists up at the easels. Right now we are checking out this artist who's actually working with their hand, which is very interesting. I think that this may be Bug, the artist, and I'm just absolutely loving their outfit as well, and just here for the energy. And I love the way that they are just spreading all of this paint over top of the canvas with their hand so rapidly, and it's giving this very soft application technique as well, which is really cool. And here we are with Chris Aloa, who is actually in clown face paint, which is very interesting, and I wonder if that is actually going to end up so Chris has actually taken his rubber chicken and is using that to peck paint onto the canvas. How interesting is that? That's so fun. I can't really see any of the pigment that was released from our rubber chicken, but I hope that Chris decides to bring out that tool again throughout the round, and that's not just a 1-minute performance element. I would really love to see an art battle piece completely completed with a rubber chicken. That would be something that I have never seen, never been done in art battle history. We are definitely having fun in Las Vegas tonight. Here we are with Alina Dawn, and Alina has some really cool studio work and describes her work as being quite expressionist. So I'm really looking forward to seeing all of the texture and emotional play that comes out of Alina's canvas. Right now we can see that she's pretty aggressively applying some yellow strokes, and there's lots of good texture within that as well. Here we are with artist Sarah Atwood, and moving over to Sarah Atwood, and looks like Sarah is working on a flower pot that has some different plant elements starting to come out of it. And we have some really interesting shapes emerging from these plant pieces as well. We've got some kind of geometric elements as well as some curves happening. And so I think that these are not going to be regular plants. I think that we're definitely going to get some unexpected surreal elements within here as well. And with the evidence of all of the colors that are on Sarah's palette, I think that we can maybe start to anticipate some florals as well. Here we are with Winnie Draws, and Winnie is actually a caricature artist and someone who really focuses on creating these exaggerated gestural features. So I cannot wait to see what Winnie draws. And Winnie is also multidisciplinary in that they create work that is in paint and pencil and drawing, but also digitally as well. And it's always interesting to me to see how artists' different disciplines kind of inform each other. And looks like we're getting more of an illustrative approach from Winnie here. I think that we've got a figure that is just kind of sitting in the corner, maybe perhaps wearing a bunny suit. This is very cool. So this artist is actually our wild card artist, MJ, and MJ just entered their name into the hat to be chosen for a chance, or to be selected for a chance to paint tonight. And so they were not prepared at all and didn't have any time to kind of formulate ideas. And so I think it's actually really lucky that it looks like MJ had their sketchbook with them. And so we get to see them using their reference from their sketches and what they had drawn previously and bringing it into their art battle work. And very, very into this piece right now with, it looks like we have an animal head on a feminine body. That's going to be really, really cool. Back over with Bug. And they seem to be working again on a very colorful piece. We have a few different stripes of color up in the top corners. And we have a little bit of a text element being introduced as well. We have "Who am I" is written on the canvas. And I can see a little eye in what I'm wondering. I feel like that's a little house. And I think that the house is taking on these kind of character elements, which is definitely indicative of how Bug approaches their work in the studio by introducing all of these personality elements into unexpected places, inanimate objects, animals, etc. Back over with Chris, and we can see Chris's piece is really taking form with these exaggerated lines. I'm loving this line work. There's something that I like to talk about, which is called the showing of the hand of the artist. And that's when an artist's style and work is identifiable simply by the way that they place a line, the weight of the line, the angularity of the line. And Chris has this really incredible ability to establish that style of line that you just know it's him. If I did not know the name card of this artist, having previously checked out all of our artists online, I would have immediately known that this was Chris, just based on how the line work is coming together here. And we have some interesting composition going on with the face to the side and then a pop can. Back over with Alina. And I'm really interested in the techniques that Alina is using here. There's some sharp edges here on this piece of green, and I'm wondering if this is actually a collaged element or if Alina has painted it in this way. It looks very wet, so it could potentially be paint, but it's also giving me that communication that it could be a separate piece that has been applied to the canvas. And we can also see that Alina is using gravity to her advantage by tilting the canvas and allowing the globs of paint that she has resting on the canvas to kind of run and take direction based on where she's tilting it, which is really cool. I always love seeing this kind of very involved, physical, performative painting at Art Battle, and I'm sure that the audience is going to be really, really engaged with this as well. We are approaching our halfway mark of round number 2 in Art Battle Las Vegas. And these guys have all established their works. We have a lot of our heavy lifting of the concept established, and now we're starting to enter into the time period of the competition where the artists are really leaning into those details and really honing in on everything they've established thus far. looking at Sarah here, and Sarah is adding some blooms to these pieces that she's creating, these plant pieces. And we can see that she's got purple, orange, some red going on there as well. And I'm also really interested in this compositional element of our red stripe here. I think that that is a very cool way to communicate space, and I'm wondering if that might be symbolizing like a windowsill or something like that. Sarah also describes herself as having aphantasia, which means that she is not able to visualize the work that she's creating prior to creating it. It's flowing out of her organically and presenting itself on the canvas, which I think is just such a wonderful bit of knowledge to know about Sarah and gives us some insight into her work as well. Back with Winnie Draws, and Winnie is continuing to work on this character, and it looks like we've got a little, maybe a little human child that's hanging out in a bunny suit and is just leaning up against this very somber corner here. I'm loving the juxtaposition of the fun element of this being a cute character in a bunny suit versus the more somber environment that's very desaturated and this gray kind of corner. I think that this piece is very cheeky, and I'm really enjoying that about it. Back over with MJ, and MJ is just really killing it with this piece. He has established this gorgeous figure in all of these very simple curving lines, and then has now introduced the kind of conceptual element of adding the animal head on top, the lion head. And I'm just really loving that. And I think that he's done a good job at establishing the weight of the pose and the way that we can understand that this figure is really leaning on this arm. Very classical kind of life drawing pose, one that is often featured in many art historical paintings, that kind of female body in repose or leaning and laying down. So we're getting kind of this art historical context to a more contemporary take with the addition of the animal head. Back over with Bug here, and Bug has just added so much action into this piece, and we're really having fun now. Bug has added all of these super fun little eyes all around the canvas. These very stylized elements, and there's an element of a childlike execution that's very intentional here, and I just think that it is wonderful. There's such a sense of whimsy here. We have just about 6.5 minutes remaining in our second round of Art Battle in Las Vegas. It looks like we are contending with a few small camera issues here related to our signal coming from the venue, so bear with us.